Can you see me?
Yes,
It's a
I
bit dark.
can. And we are live right now. Sorry.
That's okay.
You're good. You're good. You're good. How's it going with Nava?
Hi, yes, I'm fine, and I'm excited to be here. And how are you, Maha? How are you doing?
Is 111.
Oh wow! I love that. I love that. I love that.
As soon as I went live, I looked at my phone. It was 111, not pre-planned.
Okay, so that means the universe is conspiring to make everything you want happen?
Yes.
Yeah, do you believe that? What do you believe?
Of course. That's exactly why I showed you that 111.
Really?
I was like, what are the odds? What are the odds? Because I wasn't looking at the time at all.
You're right. You're right.
Minutes ago. We were supposed to be online initially 45 minutes ago, but something happened and we kept getting delayed.
Yes, yes.
My phone, because I wanted to put it on mute. I look at the time, I'm like, oh my, holy, it's 111.
You're right. You're right. That is definitely a sign. And
for sure.
What I was just about to say something. Yeah, if ever you need, like, this is all about being motivated and things like that, isn't it? And if ever I need a motivation, and I see that does motivate me actually a little bit.
It does. So thank you everybody for joining. We have 40 plus people watching us right now. Thank you so much, guys. Please share this video on all your platforms, on all your social media, your WhatsApp, SMSs, emails, whatever it is, because I'm here today with Jasmine, and she is an amazing life coach. I've known her myself for over almost a decade now.
Wow. Yeah.
Always somehow, I've never said this to you, but you have such amazing energies, Jasmine. Like you and I never really fit at work, but there was something about you. I'm like, this girl is there is something about her.
Wow.
And it was, I knew there was, like, you can just sense, by looking at somebody, that okay, this is one person that you would want to keep in your circle, even after like 30 years.
It's funny that you say that, because I sensed that about you as well.
Thank you.
That day, especially the day we started, I sensed it, and then the day we started talking, I was like, oh, I really like you. But there was just never really a moment where we could actually get together and go out, was there? It just wasn't the right time, I guess. I sensed that as well. I sensed it's not there.
Exactly. And just those quick hello highs, again, just seeing somebody and that person has so much positivity, so much energy, that they actually take you out of the hole that you were in for that moment, or they kind of like bring you back on your feet, and you realize that no, life is good because there's good people around me. So you don't necessarily have to be sitting and talking to them for hours. It could just be an exchange of thoughts, exchange of hi, hello. You just know you're energized. That's amazing. Jasmine is one of them, definitely. And Jasmine, tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Jasmine. I'm a co-active transitional life coach. That always sounds so long when I say that. And I work with clients who are ready for a change, but they're not sure what or how. The next steps. We work together to get them where they want to be, basically. But I was teaching before, so now I'm doing this, and actually it's really helped me. Learning about coaching it motivates me. Like, when you work with other people, helping them helps you as well, doesn't it? It always comes back. And like you said, it's all about the energy. What you give out comes back, all of that. That's it really. If anyone has any questions or comments about life coaching or being motivated, like what motivates you? What motivates you, Maha? That's a good question.
What motivates me? Waking up in the morning and actually seeing, daylight kind of motivates me. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I am just so super duper blue at that time, because I'm just like, yes, I don't like waking up at like 4 a.m.
Oh no,
It's not my thing. I want to be able to wake up and I see the daylight. So I usually wake up with sunrise. Somehow my body clocks work that way. So even just before sunrise is when I just wake up. What else motivates me is people.
Yeah, people.
Happy people.
Sure. It's all about
And
people. Yeah.
sometimes I think even sad people motivate me a lot, because I look at their sadness and I go like, nah, this is not what I want to be, or who I want to be, or how I want to take it forward. So that gives me the motivation that, okay, if I don't, work towards or work on myself, I might not be happy.
Yeah, so you learn off both situations.
Yes.
Yeah. You mean people who are sad all the time? You don't just mean if they're sad once, do you?
Oh no, not those. I mean, everybody is sad.
Yeah.
I was sad 2 days ago. I don't know why. I was just sad,
You do. Yeah. Me too.
But there's just some people who are like constantly negative towards.
Right.
They're
Always
just miserable with everything. They're like, hey, oh my God, the sun's out. I hate it. Oh my God, it's raining. I hate it. Why is it snowing? Oh my God, like, why did I wake up at 4? My tea doesn't have sugar. Oh, she didn't stir my coffee. And I'm just thinking, why?
So always finding the bad things, which is very easy to do. But you're right. It's not motivating at all, is it? And it can be quite, if you're surrounded by that all the time, it can actually bring you down.
It can. So what I do is I try to keep those people as my motivational factors in a way.
Yeah.
I look at them and go like, okay, this is what I don't want to be, or this is who I don't want to be, or this is what I don't do. So I keep telling myself. So if I see somebody complain, I've got some people who complain about, oh, why is there so much sugar in my coffee? Like the girl at Timmy's didn't stir it. I like, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is when I grab my coffee, even, before I grab it, I tell them, could you please stir it for me? And then I take a straw and I stir it myself, or I kind of like, so that I don't say those negative comments.
Exactly. It's the small things, and you're right. It's the small things, small as that.
Yes.
That can set the tone for the whole day. It's the tiny things, actually. What keeps me motivated?
Yes.
Well, I tell you, it's funny, because a lot of people say when they wake up in the morning and they see the sun, that motivates them. But for me, actually, personally, I'm working on this, but the mornings are the hardest for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been like a person to jump out of bed in the morning and think, oh yeah, great, a new day. I can't remember. I'm always quite like, when I first wake up, that's the challenge for me. It's like, that's when I have like the negative thoughts. And then it's like, and then I've got to do something. And it depends what I do. But I've realized, especially now because I'm not working, so I've got more time. I think that's what it is. But I've realized, for example, this morning, I had to do this. I had like a meeting interview thing with this lady. And that made me really positive. So I was like, so like you said, people and connection, like in the morning, I need to speak to somebody actually. And because I'm living alone, I don't always do that. So if I speak to somebody and have a positive conversation or just a friendly conversation, I'll be okay for the rest of the day. But if I don't do that, then I can get quite demotivated. Then I need to do something else like exercise or something positive. But I have to do something positive. I can't just wake up and then I'm feeling positive. I need to make myself feel positive.
You don't talk to yourself?
Yeah, probably sometimes. But in the morning, that doesn't seem to be enough. The past few weeks anyway. But it depends. If I could just go out and go for a walk, I'd be fine. Of course, it's too hot here to do that. I mean, you can't really go outside. And that's the thing that's really difficult for me, because going near the beach, I live right near the beach. It's amazing. If I could just walk to that beach, that would lift my mood. But because I can't, and you kind of have to stay inside.
Right.
That's, So exercise, connecting with friendly, open people, things like that helps me. Yeah.
I think I would agree with speaking to somebody on the phone or just having a quick call. But the way 2020 has been, every single day you wake up, there is some sort of a bad news, no matter what part of the world you're in.
Really?
And there is some sort of a bad news on your social media. And all the motivation that you want to have, it just goes out the window. So how do you, Nava, I would like to ask you with Nava. Guys, by the way, please do follow her on her Facebook, which is @with Nava. It's just scrolling down here. And It's the same ID on Insta as well. And, you know, I've been telling my people for the last couple of weeks, I'm like, hey, if you want me to come here and keep doing live videos, you really need to watch them. And at least when I come in, I need 50 people, because that's my
You're
motivation.
right. You're right. We need, let's
We
motivate
motivate
each
people.
other.
Yes. So
Exactly.
there's a lot
You're
of people
right.
who want to join this video right now. Guys, these are people from my English Show Canada. So guys, you can't join this video because it's not a free let's have a conversation class. This is not let's have a conversation class. This is just me and Jasmine chit-chatting, trying to keep you motivated, show you skills, teach you skills on how you can stay self-motivated. So you can watch this video a million times, but please, when you watch it over and over again, also remember to go and follow and subscribe to With Nava. It's not going to cost you anything. I promise, I swear to God, that it's completely free. Follow her on Instagram as well, the same ID, the same handle, With Nava, and so she can stay motivated too, and then keep coming back here. I've requested Jasmine to keep coming here, at least, you know, whenever she can, on English Show Canada. Have a quick chit chat. I know I'm watching you online right now, but this is what I've requested her, and for her to come on my live with me, she would have to see numbers on her page. I'm just very straight up.
Yes. Give and take. It's give and take.
It's all give and take.
And helping and supporting each other. That's what it's all about. And I think, like you said, motivation, being motivators is people, isn't it? It's all about people, the right people. And we've got to support each other, especially during this time. Like you said, there's a lot of bad news. People are losing their jobs, and it can get very, very depressing and demotivating. But if we pull together, help each other, you just help one person or say one kind word to somebody, or it does change your mood. It really makes a huge difference. If you receive a text message in the morning saying, oh, hi, how are you, or something, a nice message, you're going to feel good. And like probably the opposite, if you receive a really negative text message, you'll probably feel quite bad, yeah?
Yes.
I have to say, actually, coming on to that, I don't know if you've had any problems like that, like receiving, like, I wouldn't say bullying, but like, or hate mail on here. Have you received anything?
I used to a lot, but I'll be very honest, you know, because I've been doing Facebook Live for a very long time now. Years or something, right? There was a lot of people who would just come on. They're called the keyboard warrior. So they come on and they say whatever they need to say, right? And my belief is that if somebody's saying something wrong to you that you cannot accept, please don't be nice to them by ignoring them or not saying anything. Please, this is your responsibility to tell that person that what you're doing is wrong.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I believe in naming and shaming.
Do you?
Everybody knows. Everybody knows that. Okay, you say something wrong to me, I'll give it to you right there and then.
Wow.
Only because I do not want that negativity, number one, to stay on my page. I do not want it to affect me. And number three, I'm trying to help that person to become a little bit more positive, a little bit more sensible, a little bit more educated on how to behave on social media, because people have actually lost, they've lost the concept of respect.
Yeah,
because it's okay to respect elders. It's okay to respect somebody who is your teacher or whatever, but anybody who's on social media, they don't really deserve respect. So we got to show them that. So yes, initially, like 6 years ago, I used to get a lot of hate mail all the time. People would say every possible thing. It was, I wouldn't really say hate mail as such, but it was like a lot of obscene stuff that I would receive.
Wow.
Yeah. I would receive a lot of weird bullying as well. They'd be like, hey, why don't you go see a dentist? You got a gap. I'm like, what's your problem? I love my gap. You know?
Wow.
Again, they don't mean to cause any harm to me or show me disrespect. It's just the way they are, which I feel sorry for.
Wow, okay.
If you cannot, like, look at, I mean, we're having a chit chat. How would you feel like, I start commenting on your hair, and you'd be thinking, why is she doing that? Like, she must be really looking at my hair and everything else. She's not listening to what I'm saying, but she's worried about the way I look. So that shows what my mentality is, like, small, right? And that's maybe need to be to think wiser. So if I'm here and I have the access to people, I have a voice that people listen to. I'm not screaming and shouting.
No.
I come onto social media screen in a very respectful manner. I don't entice people to be on my page. I request them and go like, hey, like and follow in the wrong way.
course,
And people listen. So I think it is my responsibility that anybody and everybody who's watching me here gives me the respect that I give them.
I think you're right, actually. You're right. Sometimes they do need to be named and shamed, because if you don't say anything, I think that's what makes them probably do it even more, maybe.
And then there's 10 more who are going to go like, okay, she didn't really say anything to this. She didn't respond. So yes, now we can also.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it's like you walk into a classroom, if you're at a school, you walk into a classroom where the teacher is okay with you throwing things at each other, being on the phone, chit-chatting, she's fine. You're going to behave the way she's okay with, right? And you walk into a different classroom, there you can't take your phone in, you have to be in uniform, and you automatically change your personality to fit into that classroom.
Of course you do.
And
of course you do.
like the same. You know, when you're on our platform, then you behave the way I would like you to behave. Simple. You go to somebody else's, say whatever you need to say. I really don't care. But when you come to mine, be nice to me, because I'll be nice to you too.
You're right. You're right. And it's all about respect. But what about if people send you private messages?
They do all the time.
Like, not nice ones, though. Not nice ones.
I've received obviously tons of horrible ones as well.
Have you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
I've received.
Have you?
Yeah. This week I received a horrendous one.
So what do you do?
I'm talking about it now. Well, I decided to ignore it. Touch wood, it doesn't happen again. Right. But yes, because it was a private one, and I didn't want because he actually went through my website and sent it that way, because I'd blocked him, and he went through my website and sent it that way. I didn't want to reply because then he would have my email address. So it was horrendous what he said.
Yeah, those are attention-seeking.
Yes,
you need attention somehow or the other.
Yes.
The best thing to do is ignore at times, because it's in the private. Right? Nobody knows what's happening between you and that person. Nobody has access to that message.
Yes.
There was a time when I used to name and shame the ones who were sending me private messages too. So I take screenshots and put them on my page. I'm like, there you go.
That's amazing. That's really good. Yeah. You're right.
You know, you have to think on a broader perspective as well. Like, if they are sending you messages like this, they need a response.
Exactly.
Because it's a need that they have, a need to fulfill that they have. If you don't cater to their needs, they're going to find 10 other women to harass. So what do you want to do? Do you want to save those 10 women, or do you want to just save yourself?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's how I look at it.
It was disturbing.
A lot of people here right now are basically from my English Show Canada, because we're live there as well. So guys, please do listen to this chit chat that we're having, and keep watching it over and over again, because this will definitely help you pick new vocab, different accents, a very different accent, 2 different accents going on right now. So do share. Thank you, Fatma Aziz. Fatma Aziz is one of my regulars who comes there. Tayyaba as well. So there's tons of them who are basically my regulars from the English Show Canada. And guys, please follow Jasmine on @WithNava on Facebook, and @WithNava also on Instagram. And once you're done following her, please come back here to the comments and go like, done. Thank you.
And tell us what motivates you. Yeah, what motivates you? Because we can all help each other here.
Okay, so that's the question. Can you please all write in the comments what motivates? I don't want to be making a spelling error.
I know. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but the longer I teach English, the more I make certain mistakes. But what motivates you? Yeah, for me, nature. I'll tell you what I do love as well. The moon. I love seeing the moon. Was it a full moon yesterday? or today?
It was a big full moon yesterday. It was the size of literally, I would say,
I missed it.
it was big.
Was
Like when
it?
I was out yesterday, I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty big moon.
I saw it Friday, which was nearly full moon. But yeah, seeing the moon, the sun, well, the moon at night for me. Well, obviously at night, but yeah, the moon motivates me, gives me energy.
I've seen moon during the day too, but it's okay, you know. It's
Yeah,
just black and white.
yeah.
It is.
I think nature.
Okay, what else motivates you?
I think in nature,
What's-
the beach. I love going to the beach at night as well.
Mhm.
You know, and just being on the sand. Perfect time is being on the sand. The moon is there, hearing the waves. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I just love that. And just
It's beautiful.
being still. Yeah, being still, calm. I think that's when I have ultimate connection with myself. And it's hard, I find it hard to connect unless I'm there doing that. And I can't do it that much now because it's too hot and everything. So it's,
Yes, that was my next question. How often do you do that? And you just mentioned that because it's too hot. So okay, now let's say for me, you know, waking up in the morning, seeing the sunlight, right? The sunrise, basically. I hate the sun. I just totally hate the sun.
do you?
Because I lived in Dubai all my life. I don't like the sun at all. Like
Wow.
post 10 a.m. I do not like the sun. So between 10 and 5, me and the sun are not friends because it burns me.
Even in Canada?
Look at this. I don't know if you can see or not, but I've never been so tanned before in my life.
Wow.
So even in Dubai, it would take me 3 weeks at the beach to get the tan that I wanted. In Canada, it takes me 3 hours to get the tan that I want.
Wow. No way. Why is that?
Yes, it's because I guess we're closer to the sun.
Yeah.
And
What's the
ozone
temperature?
layer is-
Okay.
It goes up to 30. I don't know what the temperature today is, but yesterday it was 32-ish.
Oh, it's still quite
and
hot then. Yeah.
It felt like Dubai's 44. Trust me.
No.
Yes.
Well, it is
It's-
about 44 here.
Yeah, it's at 33 degrees right
Wow.
now. There is a heat wave warning. And if I step out now, I know I'm going to melt. That's how it is. You cannot leave your things in the car. Just like in Dubai, you can't leave your lipsticks, your deodorant. The sanitizer bottles, you can't leave them because they're going to explode. That's how hot it gets, even though it's just
Wow.
32.
What about at night? There. Night is
Oh,
okay.
It's beautiful. So that's why I said post 5 p.m. It's just like the wind blows and you're like, oh my God. What happened?
Wow. That's amazing. Because like here, it's humid, isn't it, at night? So I think you've got like half an hour, probably from like 6:30 to 7:30 or something. You've got that hour to just get out and do something. But yeah.
But you don't have mosquitoes there, right? We have mosquitoes here.
Oh no, don't have one. No, okay, that's good. That's very good. Yeah.
And
I think,
we got
yeah.
deadly mosquitoes.
Have you? Deadly. What,
Deadly.
you've got, like-
No, deadly as in like they just
oh, not like dengue or something like that.
no, not that. No, not that deadly, but the other deadly where you just cannot stop itching for like 2 days because you've been bit.
Yeah. No, that's not a swim. I tell you what, I would love to do every morning. That would really motivate me. I've done it once since I've been in Dubai, and I've been here 5 years, and I've done this once. Get up in the morning at 7 and go straight to the beach for a swim. I've only ever done it once. Yeah, I need to get that into my routine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's effort, isn't it? It takes time. You got to get up. You got to get out. It's get it into your routine. I think routine is very important.
Yes.
You can have a motivating routine or not a very.
I mean, what I miss about Dubai is I never really cherished those things. Well, I did, but I just didn't have the time to. And I think it was too hot and the sand got to me as well. Going to the beach. So we used to go jet skiing every weekend.
Wow.
So that was we did not miss.
Mm.
And even my little one, she enjoyed, getting onto the jet ski and just zooming around. So we used to go to um, the spot which is in Sharjah, behind the Al Tawan Mall. So kind of like Mamzar area.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the cleanest areas, I would say, and there didn't have too many people. So jet skiing was one thing. And last summer, I was like, okay, I need to find myself a beach over here, and maybe find places where I can do some water sports and stuff. Jasmine, you will not believe it. We've got the lake here, which looks like the beach too. It looks like the ocean because the waves are just like very ocean. I could not find a clean spot. The water is so polluted.
No way.
It's like unimaginable. Like even getting into it or even touching it, you're like, ew, I don't want to.
With what? Polluted with what? Like oil or just rubbish,
like,
or just
no rubbish. People are very clean over here, so they don't litter as such. But I guess it's the oil, the factories, the industries that are also around the area. Like on the coastline, if I may call it. But it's just, there's so much pollution. It's just dirty, right? And then I found a spot which is about an hour west of where I live, and it's a nice little secluded spot. Nobody knows about it. Nobody goes to it. It's covered with trees. So you have to kind of like walk in, feel like you're part of Narnia. And then, it opens up to this magical spot that nobody goes to.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So my friends would call me, go like, hey, where are you? I'm like, I'm at Maha's private beach. And they still want to know where Maha's private beach is, because I would send them videos of the water. I would send them videos of my daughter there too. We're like, we're having fun, but I wouldn't tell them where it was. It's like, an hour west from my place. Go figure it out.
Wow, don't blame you. Don't blame you.
I don't want to tell people about it at all.
And do you still go there?
This summer, I haven't yet, but I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Before it gets.
Yeah, because of Corona, I've just been a little, cautious.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't want to be in the same waters as. I don't know. Nobody knows anything about Corona yet, right? So why go risk it?
Exactly. That's the thing. We don't know, do we? It's all a bit. Yeah, that doesn't help with the motivation, I guess. What's been going on.
And hence we need to find other ways of staying motivated.
Exactly. And I think, imagine if we didn't have online. Imagine if we didn't have these platforms. I mean,
I know. Media, smartphones.
Exactly. So I guess sometimes it feels like a curse, but it is a blessing as well.
It's how we take it. It's how we take it, right? Facebook can be extremely distracting. Facebook can be extremely disheartening at times and demotivating. But then, what you do on Facebook, it's all in your control. So don't allow social media platforms to control you, because you can control them.
You're right. And it is all about, like you said, about perspective, how you see it. And that's what I learned in coaching. I mean, obviously, we all know this, but in coaching, we learned that you can look at something in over 1,000 ways. I mean, you can have your perspective can be 1,000, more than 1,000. You can look at it so many ways,
Exactly.
But yeah,
I know.
So yeah.
There's somebody here who just said, I'm sorry, Hasnan Shahid. He said, I can't understand Gori ma'am talk. Gori means the white girl. So I'm so sorry, Hasnan. What I would suggest is you watch this video over and over again a few times. And eventually you would be able to understand.
It's just practice. I remember when I had my students before, they would always say, I can't understand your accent. And then after 1 week, they could understand it. It's practice, isn't it? Training.
It's training. And then, getting your brain used to listening to that accent. There's somebody else over here. He's a very regular student at English for Canada. He wants to know where you're from because he thinks your accent is lovely.
Oh, thank you. From south of England, Bournemouth.
Okay. Thank you. Somebody is all right. So we're getting a lot of answers for what motivates you. Somebody said,
I haven't seen any of these comments.
yeah, sorry, it's on the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, because I was on private chat.
Oh, okay. So someone said progress. Somebody said money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
Business.
money, yes, definitely. You know, one day I want to find that person, that first person who told me money is not important. Don't worry about it. I want to punch that person in the face.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What is today's topic? What motivates you? Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. We do, yeah. Yeah. I mean, here, if you don't have money, then you can't have AC. Imagine if you don't have AC, you're not going to feel motivated when you're like really, really hot and can't move. So
Exactly.
yeah, we do need money. When I see people doing exercise, it motivates me always. Yes, actually, me too. Actually, yeah, watching people who are doing something motivating motivates you, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
That is true.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Doing something positive, watching someone do something that you know is healthy and positive is motivating. Definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Our philosopher said that love is also important.
I guess, yeah, like connection.
Mm-hmm.
People again, being connected to.
So do you think it's important? Okay, no, hang on. Let me rephrase it in a nice way. I don't think I can put that as a question. But we all grow up with all these concepts in our minds. You know, we've been told at a very young age. I'm not really sure. Maybe you also heard this when you were growing up. We obviously are from different cultures, different backgrounds. But, you know, when I was growing up, everybody was like, money's not important. Don't worry about it. Don't run after money. Don't run after money. So that thought kind of like stuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like money's not important. What they probably meant to say was money is not the most important. Or don't just run for money. There's other things you can do as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fazil Khan, PTI, can you stop sending blank messages? I don't know why you're doing that. I'll have to block you and restrict you from my page. So either type something or just don't do that, please. It's very annoying. So it's like it was just not said correctly, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because
Go ahead.
Because I had the kind of the opposite thing. Like I remember my parents used to always say, my mum used to always say, money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to get. That kind of thing. So then you grow up thinking it's really hard to get. But I guess they just say, they don't probably mean it literally. Well, I don't know. But yeah, it affects you, doesn't it? Then your beliefs are formed and then you take that with you throughout your whole life.
Yeah. So it's again, somebody saying money is a byproduct of passion. True. But again, you know, we were told, like, we grew up very much around, you know, being from Pakistan and India being right next door. We kind of like grew up with Bollywood, right?
Wow.
The movie. And it was all about love. It was all about tragedy, you know, trying to find your soulmate in life and things like that, and songs and dances and everything that comes in the Bollywood flicks as well, right? And love was always given the preference over money.
Wow.
And it's weird how that whole generation grew, right? We were not allowed to watch Bollywood movies at home. It was
really?
No.
How come? Why?
It was just like, no, it's not. Don't watch them. And it was like, you can watch them when you're like 18 plus, not when you're younger. Wow. We just were not allowed to watch movies.
Really?
Full stop.
What's the reason? What? Because it would influence you or something?
Yes. Because it was just a very wrong portrayal of the culture, somehow or the other. Very different from what probably my mother wanted to instill in us. You know?
Wow. Okay.
My mom is a teacher as well. She's retired now, but then, you know, she would rather have us sit with a book than in front of the TV.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So she didn't, even though she was working hard and, you know, all that stuff, she didn't give us the TV remote control just because she was busy. So she got us into other stuff. She's like, okay, read a book. Hey, why don't you learn how to how to I don't know, paint or embroidery or
Get
crochet,
creative.
creative. Whereas I did see other people around me who were always watching TV. I'm like, I want to watch TV too, but we didn't have a TV for some time, and it was okay. So she got us a computer. Like we had a BBC Commodore way back in the 80s, and she goes like, use this. People don't have a TV. Sorry, people have a TV, but they don't have a computer. So consider yourself a little bit more blessed that you have a computer that nobody else has in the city, and be happy about that. So she kind of like put us in a different direction.
Wow.
Yeah. The TV stuff, which was fine because again, we did not grow. Yeah. So how was it for you?
Yeah, I did watch TV, but not that much. I mean, I remember always going to we live near the beach. And I just remember always going to the beach at the weekends maybe, but and playing outside. I just remember being outside a lot, like on my bike or just playing with friends. I wasn't really, I think probably maybe watching TV at night, maybe. But yeah, not all day. No, it wasn't like that at all. No way. Yeah, we were encouraged, to go out, exercise, do things, be with your friends, basically.
Right.
And the beach. I remember going to the beach a lot. That's probably why I love the beach now. But yeah, I remember watching Bollywood movies actually, or when I was a teenager. Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, I don't think watching TV, it's not really motivating, is it? Too much. That can really demotivate you. You just sat around. So I wish I could watch. However, I'm running out of time. Yeah. So I think that's probably it's pros and cons. But I think TV is good if you want to just relax. Maybe if you've been doing things, but not all the time. It makes me lazy if I watch too much.
Yes, and then you just want to stay on watching for the rest of the night, and then you wake up grumpy the next day.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah. That's true.
I'm getting a lot of messages as well. So someone says, hello, how are you? Okay, tell me, where are you from? Okay, so I'm in Canada and Jasmine is in Dubai. I'm from Pakistan and Jasmine is from UK. I am a teacher and an IELTS trainer, and Jasmine is a life coach. I hope that answers all your questions. So Arsalan says, first get famous and be visible. The money will follow you. Okay. Dodo Shah says, I'm a motivational lecturer. Please, madam, take me on live. I will one day, but this is a live dedicated to With Nava. I hope you guys have subscribed and liked and followed her on Insta. Don't stop her, but just follow her, give her the numbers, and then so she can stay motivated as well, and she can keep here and speaking to us. And remember, when she's like all famous and the whole world knows her, I can still bring her on, go like, hey, Jasmine, you got to come back onto our live session too.
Definitely. And you as well, when your YouTube channel goes viral.
Of course. Okay, so we have Falsafi Nadeem G. He says, interesting and brilliant conversation. I wish I could watch you more. However, I'm always running out of time. You can always watch us after. It will be on our pages. And please do follow With Nava on Instagram and Facebook. Then we've got a good topic. Thank you. Some cousin who can jealous with me, then my goals. Some cousins who are jealous of me and my goals. Okay, yeah, you always have those. What? Tell me about how is that in the West? The jealousy, the sibling rivalry, or the cousins. Is it?
I've only got one cousin, so. Yeah, and I never really saw him because he was in Venezuela. But jealousy, I think maybe not with family. I think more could be with friends, or not friends of friends, people who you don't really know. I think jealousy like that, like at school or something. But yeah, probably not so much with family. I don't know if it's because our families are smaller, so they tend to be small. So I don't know, it's different. But I think it definitely is jealousy, yeah. But
okay, here I would like to kind of give you a brief of kind of like a brief differences between the Western culture and the Eastern culture.
wow, okay.
So you've been kind of like living in the East for the last almost a decade now, right? So in the Middle East. But in the East, we have larger families.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Even if my mom's sister's family that might live in a different city, they would know every single thing that's happening in my house moment by moment basis.
No way.
That's how much information is exchanged. Let's say my aunt who lives in the US, but she knows everything that happens in my house or in my or my other aunt's house or my uncle's, whatever. We kind of like know everything that happens in every homes. Luckily, I come from a family that's not nosy and they don't have that jealousy factor. I'm sure I've got a couple of cousins who are like that, but they don't bother. But we've been blessed that way. But most families, because they're so interlinked, they're so easily interlinked that even if a fly enters your neighbor's house, you would know if the fly came in and sat on, on a fruit, and how many fruits did it sit on. You would know those details.
Yeah, but how do they have time? How do they have time to know everything?
Because they don't do anything else.
They're not working though.
No.
Yeah, see, for me, it's very hard for me to get that into my head because I think that means you have to be on the phone then a lot. I'd say.
No, you're just in everybody's home.
Oh, you're just there.
You're just there.
Oh, right.
Okay. I'll tell you, when we were younger, we obviously grew up in Abu Dhabi, right? And Dubai. But like I said, I've been blessed with a family that's not nosy, so we have never really had those things, but I've seen people around me, right? So every time we went down to Pakistan every summer, we were staying at my grandma's house. Every day in the morning, people would start visiting 8 a.m.
What? 8 a.m.?
Between 8 to 10.
Wait.
No,
anything.
Weekday. Yeah. Because the men would go off to work and the women are home. What do? They go and visit the neighborhood.
No way. Is that what happens?
And then there's a lot well, because people wake up early. They wake up at like 5:36. They have their breakfast and they go off to work by 7-ish, right?
Yeah.
And then the woman in the house, they're like, okay, what do? We're done with the cleaning because the cleaning starts really early from where I come in. Like the house is literally washed every morning. That's how it is, right?
Wow.
Because these are like with courtyards and everything, so they literally washed and not fast.
Yeah.
And you would have visitors coming in 8-10 o'clock in the morning, having a chit chat. By 1 o'clock, the whole neighborhood has visited you, or you've been to them.
So they just come for like a cup of tea and then go, and then somebody else comes, or do they all stay together?
No, it's just one after the other. Or sometimes, they bump into each other. They're like, okay, I'm going to go now since this one's here. Let me go to somebody else's house. And then this is how the news spreads.
No way.
Yeah, that's normal. That's very normal.
Yeah, I kind of heard things like that, but I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, maybe it could be similar in the West or not.
Not really. Like I've been in Canada for the last 3 years. I don't know who my neighbors are. Like I know who they are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The last names. I see them. We exchange hello highs. If I'm on the patio,
you're right. That's how it is.
I wave at them. That's about it. They don't know my name. They don't know my last name. They don't know where. None of that, because we don't sit and get into other people's.
But are you talking about villages in Pakistan, or are you talking about cities?
No, I'm talking about everybody in Pakistan. That's how it works.
Wow.
But okay, people are gonna hate me for this. I'm generalizing, but I'm just saying this is the majority of people. We are the whole country, the culture is such that we keep everybody informed of everything that we do.
Yeah. Different culture. Yeah. And in but it was like that when you were in the UAE as well.
It was kind of the same.
Yeah.
I had my friends walking in and out of the house every day. I had friends who I worked with at school in the morning, and just because they lived in the area, and I would drop them, or I would, we would drive back or whatever, and everybody kind of like hung out at my house right after work.
Wow.
And
I guess there's a lot of positive for that as well. I mean, because you're not alone. You're not alone. Like in our culture, I think sometimes you can feel very alone.
yes,
Pros and cons of both, isn't there? There's pros and cons.
yeah. So we have that support in our culture. Like we were having a discussion the other day on homelessness in one of my classes, and I asked the students, they were from all over the world, and we were talking about the homelessness situation in Toronto, and there's over 92,000 people.
Wow.
92,000 people in Toronto that are homeless.
Well, I bet it's rising as well with this situation.
Yes. And it's just one city we're talking about, Toronto. Wow. That's it. We're not talking about everything, right? So imagine 92,000 people being homeless in a city. And they were coming up with different scenarios why they're homeless, why isn't the government doing? And I asked them one question. I said, because these students were from all different parts of the world, I was like, hey, how are your cultures in your home countries different from the culture here in Toronto? Think about it, and instantly they started smiling. So like there were students from Brazil, from Mexico, from South America, and they're the ones who are kind of like they have again large knit families, closely knit families. Each couple has probably like 9 kids, things like that, and they were like, the support system matters.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. There's more people, so I don't know. It just more people, so then they see each other more. Well, it can't be because there's more, because they've got bigger families. That can't be the reason, can it? Or is it?
More people, and they're always busy. Their minds are busy. They're distracted. They've got things going on.
That's true.
You'll always have somebody who is from your family circle that you can speak to. It's easier to find people within your circle.
Yeah, you don't need to go off. Yeah.
Hence the reason why mental health is not really, it's kind of like frowned upon in our cultures.
Yeah.
Because people are like, when you can speak to a family member, why do you need to go see a shrink?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. You sometimes need to see a shrink, somebody who's an expert,
and
not a grandma.
Away from the family as well. You might not want to talk to the family. Yeah,
you don't want to talk to your family because they'll go talk to 10 other people. What do you do that? So Awais says, I want to talk with Nava. You sure can. You can put in your comments here, or you can send her a message, and you can book a session with Nava, and then hopefully she can guide you. So again, Nava, we are at 48 minutes, right? I keep calling you Nava. I'm sorry, I've just changed your name.
People do call me Nava, and I'm like, fine.
So again, can you tell us about yourself, about your life coaching? What do you do? Why do you do it? How did it start? And then how would you want, how do you reach out to people, and what people reach out to you, and how do they know they need to reach out to a life coach?
Well, basically, so a coactive transitional life coach. So working with clients who want to make a change in their life, but they're not sure what or how to go about it. University students who are leaving university, going into the job market, or students leaving high school and going to university. So like going through natural transitions as well. I wondered who wrote that then. Yes, and I guess the people who normally contact me are people who are ready for a change or going for a change, and they just need some support in that way. But like I said, I don't give any solutions. We do it through working together. I ask powerful questions, different techniques, visualizations, things like that. And it's about tapping into the subconscious, basically. And that's when you can make the real changes, when you actually dig deep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what coaching is, really. It's not about the conscious, it's about the subconscious. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, so and that's why I offer a free consultation, because it's good. So because a lot of clients don't really know what coaching is. They think they're going to come to me, I've got this problem, what do I do? And I'll tell them, but obviously it's not like that. So it's good to have a free consultation. So, and to see if the chemistry and the connection's right as well, because it just might not fit, you know. And then they can ask me questions about it then, and maybe I do one technique on them or something. What else was I going to say? Yeah.
How many sessions do you think normally?
Normally,
having people come over and speak to you.
Normally, a lot of coaches recommend packages of six sessions over a period of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is average. You could have like one session every 2 to 3 weeks, and because the real change happens between the sessions. So 6 sessions. I mean, I remember I had 6 sessions with a coach, and it was 6 months, one a month. It depends. Some clients do it once a week, but I mean, you need a bit of time between so you can digest all the information and everything. But yeah, at least 6. You can't really just have one session. It's not like just have one session. You need to have more to build the momentum. One session doesn't really do anything, you know. It needs to be more.
Yes.
Minimum 6. Yeah.
A minimum 6. And that would take, again, it can take up to 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah. But it is powerful. I'll tell you that now. Maybe next time I could show, we could do a visualization or something. I could do a visualization on you next time or something. And everyone can do it as well. Yeah. A short one.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, it's only a couple of minutes, but we could do that next time. That'll be something to do. But what somebody said, oh, where do I live? I live in Dubai, so I'm not living in the UK at the moment. Hoping for the new day to start with. Motivates. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, there's lots to it, basically. There's lots to it. But have you ever seen a coach, Maha?
No.
Okay.
No. Never. Okay. I don't know. Hold on, I just need to plug in my laptops. It's dying. I have never seen a life coach. I think I should, to be very honest. And it's very important, I feel, not because, I know you, or not because we're doing this live session together, but we're living in the 21st century, right? People of my generation, we grew up very differently. We weren't, or people in the East, we were never actually pushed to or shown the right direction of what life is all about, because it was always everything had to be so culturally appropriate.
Wow.
You can't question things, even though our religion says question God if you need to. Our religion is very clear about that. If you need to question God and the existence, do that. Right. But the cultures is what really stop people from exploring themselves further. Right. As we grow older, and because this is the 21st century, this is the age of technology, you're meeting so many people online, left, right, and center. I think it's very important that we all somehow, once in our lifetime, at least sat down with somebody, who could not show us what the solution is, like you said, but kind of give us the direction that we should be going on, and not the direction they think we should be going on, but the direction that's actually what's within us, what we're born with, because we don't know what's inside. We've been brought up to please everybody around us. Please your mom, please your dad, please your older sister, your brother, your uncle, your auntie, be nice to them. We've always been in that pleasing mode, right? And the minute somebody wants to get out of, and again, I'm talking my culture here because
Yeah.
majority of us are from here. And the
Yeah.
minute we try to get out of that pleasing mode, we're looked upon as the rebellious ones or the outcasts.
Wow.
Or,
Wow.
okay, disown this person from the family because they're just going the wrong way, kind of a thing, right? But I think 21st century, we should really, 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 start looking at looking within ourselves.
Yeah. Everything starts from within, doesn't it? If you want to change
Yes.
anything in your life, you have to start with yourself first.
Yes, we need to start. If there are people asking for your social media handles, it's right here. If you can, there. Wait, where's my finger? There you go. There. Yeah. With Nava. I'm gonna poke it. There you go. With Nava. All right. With Nava. With Nava. With Nava. There you go.
But
That
you're
was the
right.
only way to do it. I'm gonna put this on follow at.
You're 100% true. Yeah, what you said. It starts with us. Everything starts with us.
Yes. So
Yes.
we gotta do this because if you don't, then if we don't do it now, when will we?
Exactly. If not now, when? Exactly. That's what I keep asking myself, It's so easy to put things off. Yeah, now or never. It is now or
Now,
never. That's
yes,
what
and
I'm
we
thinking.
always have to see an expert. We always have to please stop relying on your uncles and your aunties and your grandmas and your grandpas and who you think is the most wise person of your family because they're always going to be biased.
Yeah.
So speak
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
somebody.
true.
Yes, that's the biggest factor because they will be biased. You can't help it. So go see somebody else. Like, if you have an ailment, or you have a very, you have a disease, you have an illness, you go see a specialist. Even when you have fever, you might try those tips and tricks at home. Keep yourself cool. Probably put like those ice water, what do you call them, packs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you still need to see a doctor, whether you like it.
It's good to get another perspective anyway, an outside perspective.
And when we can go see doctors, when we can go and see specialists for our medical conditions, then why can we not go see professionals for our emotional and spiritual and mental conditions?
You're right. You're right. And thankfully it's all coming out in the open now, isn't it? Much more. Like I know in the UK it's all about mental health. Everything's about mental health, and especially I guess with the COVID situation.
Yes.
Without your mental health, it's just as important as your physical health. Of course it is.
It is.
I think it could be even more important. Well, no, maybe the same. I don't know, 50-50. But yeah. At least now people are talking about it more anyway.
There is a person here, Zubair Julani. He has a question. Go ahead, Zubair. What would you like to ask?
Can you understand the Arabic?
That's his name. He hasn't written anything.
Oh, really?
Hanif Gujjar. Karam Hazara. That's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a comment.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I can't read it.
It's one of those blank ones.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yes. So, Zubair, I'm waiting for you to, ask the question. Please ask the question here.
So sorry, it's not, but I'm trying. Elbow cough.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is the person who asked for your ID, the handle. So instead of writing with Nava, I think he was writing with Mava.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why he did the elbow cough.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. But yeah. What was I going to say? How to gain confidence. How to gain confidence. I guess be kind to yourself, I think, is the most important thing first. Be kind to yourself. what you say to yourself. If you're kind to yourself, then you believe in yourself, and then you trust yourself, and then you start doing things. That's a motivation in itself, isn't it? To be kind to yourself. If you're saying negative things to yourself, it's going to have the opposite effect. You probably won't want to do anything, like, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, it would never work. You know, that's really not going to motivate you. So if you can say, I can do this, that's how it starts, saying it to yourself. I guess, is that an English question? Everyone is not familiar with every idiom. Should we stop using them? It's up to you. That's your decision. If you want, you know, if people don't understand, they can just say, I don't understand, you know. If you start limiting your language for other people, which I sometimes do, and then actually my language gets worse. I don't know about you, if you have that experience.
I have become an ESL speaker of the language, unfortunately.
Me too, exactly. Because you grade it so often, don't you, that in the end, you speak like that.
You speak like that, right? And then also, you know, I've noticed that I am not using my vocab skills have literally dropped down only because I need to keep it simple most of the time. And then only when I'm writing in a formal email, or I'm sitting at a meeting, or I'm meeting people who are outside the school environment, is when I would actually use the words that I'm supposed to use and go like, whoa, okay, I still know these words. I haven't forgotten them.
I know. It's, yeah, and spelling. My spelling has got worse.
Yes, thanks to social media again.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You're right.
Yes.
What can you do? I don't know.
Exactly. All right. So we've been on for like a 1 minute.
Okay.
Sorry, an hour and 1 minute actually. So it's again 1. Believe it or not,
really?
right now. So we started at 111 and we're at 11 again.
Wow, this is a sign we're going to go viral.
I know. Thank you so much for joining me again, Jasmine. And as promised, whenever we do the live session again, probably in a week or 2 weeks, we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted because obviously Jasmine's got a lot of work and I've got a lot of work too. So we need to kind of, you know, find that one slot together. But it is going to be on a Sunday. It is going to be at exactly the same time, which was 12:30 Toronto time and 8:30 p.m. Dubai time.
And in 2 weeks,
time. In 2 weeks. We'll do it in 2 weeks.
Perfect.
You're putting that down now? Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, I always book. 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's the 19th of July.
The 19th of July it is. All right. So guys, we'll see you on the 19th of July.
Perfect. And we could even talk about, how to gain confidence. That could be a good topic actually. If I mean, we could start off with that question, see where it goes. If you want.
Lock your calendars. I will keep posting reminders on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, everywhere. So please, 19th of November it is at 8:30 p.m. Dubai time, 9:30 p.m. Dubai time, and 12:30. For you, 8:30 Pakistan time is 9:30, and
right, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So confusing, isn't it? All these times.
8:30 p.m. Dubai time, 9:30 p.m. Pakistan time, and 12:30 p.m. Canada. That's a lot to remember for one day.
And UK time, it would be
UK time
5:30
a.m.
p.m.
Oh, p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're also gonna take me through the visualization.
Yeah, we can do visualization. Yeah, that's good. We'll do one next time. Definitely.
I am going to be so excited. I'm looking forward to that because I haven't gone through anything like that before.
Oh, wow. Everyone can do it. Yeah.
Okay. I would love to ask you questions now. I'm getting all excited, but I'm going to keep it till our next session, which is in 2 weeks.
Yes. No, it'll be good. I love visualizations. I absolutely love them. Yeah.
That's great. I hope again, guys, that you have followed with Nava on Facebook, and also you followed with Nava on Instagram. She is a great person to follow, especially if you are on my English or Canada page. Please do take the time out to click on that like and follow button, because any video that she does, any topics that she has, they are in English. And because she has a British accent, you get to hear something which is different. And then yesterday, somebody asked me, they were like, OFTEN, is it often or often? And how do you know which is correct?
Both are
So
correct.
I was like, I say often. I cannot say often, you know?
I'm the same, often. I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that person was like, but I've Googled it. And now Google is saying that even that often is both American and British. I'm like, no, it can't be. That's not right. Google is American.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. I get students like that asking me, or used to ask me those questions as well. There's other words as well, isn't there? And it's just like, that's okay. Don't worry about that. I think worry about the other things. But
Yes.
but you're right. If
you want to follow somebody with a British accent and you want to pick up the right words, then please, Nava is the best person to follow. She's very consistent. She's a regular on her Insta. I think you're on your Instagram quite often, aren't you?
Twice, Sunday, Wednesday, twice a week, I'd say.
Twice a week. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
So, yes, please do follow her, because you would, pick up a lot of language skills even just by listening and watching her videos. So I always recommend to my students to watch The Ellen Show.
Yeah.
I love the way she speaks. So now I'm going to recommend people to watch With Nava Show. If they want to improve their accents, they want to improve their vocab, all that stuff. So thank you so much again. Would you like to say anything before we wrap up?
No, just thank you so much for your comments and interacting, because that makes it much more interesting to hear your opinions as well. And great to meet all of you. And yes, we will see you again in 2 weeks' time, when we will do a little bit of coaching, tiny bit of coaching, visualizations and things.
Perfect. And once we have regulars and we keep doing this more often, the word often has kind of like stuck since yesterday, and I don't think I've ever said often. It's just not my thing.
No, me neither.
Yeah. So once we are here more often and regularly, then maybe we can pick and choose. It's completely up to Jasmine. Maybe pick and choose a couple of people to join a live stream as well.
Yeah.
And then they can answer their questions, have a little
conversation. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. So we can give a chance to people who are watching us, and then they can also become.
Yes. Maybe we can have competitions as well. They can win a place.
Yay. That would be nice.
Yeah. To win a place with us. Yeah. That sounds good. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Great. So I'll see you on the 19th of July at the same time, which is 8:30 Dubai time. Yes,
5:30 UK time.
9:30 Pakistan time, and 12:30 p.m. Canada time. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.